One is Terrance Gangsta Williams, a.k.a. OG Giggity, a.k.a. Mr. Answer Right Back, a.k.a. the People's Champ, Terrance Civilian Williams. Shout out to urban legend Will Evans. The reason why I use this, because he have a nice little clip I need to borrow. Y'all know me and Wack, we done had our little run-ins. But the question I have is, was Wack out of line, as an active Paru, a street guy, for even posting this? And let's see what's going on.
A little 17-year-old girl who was in the video with Drake that everybody is talking about, the video where Drake is hugging her from behind when she's 17 years old on stage and he was 23. A lot of people were upset about this video, saying that Drake was out of pocket for that. That woman, who's 31 years old now, has come out and made a statement about the situation. She's broken her silence about this. And she said this. She said, regarding the video that's going around, I was 17 back then, and I'm 31 now. This was a concert that my dad took me to back in high school. Drake's entourage actually picked me out from the crowd of people, not Drake himself. By the way, performers always bring up fans on stage. It's part of their show. It was nothing then and still nothing now. Now that I've cleared up these false narratives, I'm going back to study for my law school exams. Wish me luck. She said in the caption of it, she said, this was purely for his stage act. I was 17 years old and I'm 31 now. It was nothing then and it's nothing now. Now, we understand that you're a Drake fan, sis. We understand that, you love Drake and you don't want to see Drake down and you want to see Drake flourish. And we get it. But this was out of pocket, bro. We don't care if you were consented. We don't care if you felt like, oh, back then it was cool. And if your dad consent to this, he a weirdo too. No disrespect to anybody, but that's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? So this is not the problem either. The problem is not what Drake did. The problem is when he heard that you're 17 years old, he doubled down on it and said, oh, your breasts feel good against my chest. He doubled down on it and kissed you.
Okay, now my question is this. Where was the young woman's father, the teenager's father? Because she said her father brought her to the concert. He brought her there. But where was the father when all that was taking place? Now, I ain't gonna lie now. Hold on now. Don't be all up on her like that. In the shirt now, you know what I'm talking about? But I'm still like trying to figure out, like, I know Colorado law is 17, so she was legal under the state law. He's 23. Because there are a lot of people in prison now that's fighting the Juvenile Act, whereas when they were 17, 18, they're coming from under the life sentence now. Scientists did a study, a research saying your brain is not mature until you're like 25, 26. But let's see where it's going.
Multiple times. So for you to say it was nothing then, no, it was something then. It may be nothing to you now, but it was something then, bro. So we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that.
All right, now let me switch this, because this is not the one. This is the one I want right here. This is the one right here where he actually put up the Wack.
Urban Legend 11, you know what it is, bro?
Check it out.
Let's talk about it. Wack 100 has responded and reacted to this video of Drake with the 17-year-old girl on stage in Colorado. You guys have probably seen the video by now. I posted it on my channel. It's been all over the internet for the last few days. Wack 100 actually responded to this, and he posted it on his Instagram, and he gave some context to the whole situation. I'm going to show you guys what he had to say. Wack said, here's the video in question. Drake was in concert in Colorado. The girl stated she was 17 years old. Drake at the time was 23 years old. This was 2010. So we already saw the video on stage. Drake asked the girl, how old are you? The girl said, I'm 17. Drake said, oh my God. Why do you look like that? You so thick. Oh, well, I'm happy that, I can have this moment with you. Drake was like, your breast felt good against my chest. You know what I mean? he kissed her a few times. And then he was like, I can't go to jail yet, y'all, or whatever he said. And then he was like, can she go back to the audience? And he sent her back to the audience. And, you know, he stated in there, like, I'm 23. It's okay, you guys. I'm 23. Like, so that's what Wack 100 is referring to. Wack 100 went on to say Colorado law is legal. Colorado law is 17. Legally, he's not in violation of state. He capitalized state law, but federal law states 18 across the board, 18 years old across the board. This is what got R. Kelly indicted. No happened, but lewd conduct is in question. So was this an eye-opener? Did Kendrick wake it up? Comment below. Wack 100 then went on to provide the context of the laws. He posted the law that says Colorado also provides exemptions for specified ages, specified age differences between partners and for marriage. Age of consent, the Colorado age of consent is 17 years old. Colorado law does not criminalize that. He then posted crossing state lines to have relations invokes federal law. The federal age of consent is 18. So let me explain what Wack 100 is saying, what he's trying to get at. He's saying if you cross state lines, it becomes a federal case. Everybody that's been locked up, we all know that. Like I'm a 2-strike felon, I've been locked up. It's common sense. If I do something that's a crime and I cross state lines to do it, it's automatically a federal offense in the United States of America. So just because it's legal this is what Wack is saying. Just because it's legal in Colorado, he's not from Colorado. You cross state lines to commit this act, and that's how the law looks at it. So you cross state lines, and then you committed this lewd act, and that's what makes it a federal crime, and that's what got R. Kelly indicted. So it's not that the age of consent is not he's not within the guidelines or the laws in Colorado. It's that you cross state lines into Colorado and committed this act, which makes it illegal. So that's what Wack 100 is trying to get at. He's saying y'all have your opinions, but Wack know the law really well. He's been to the pen. He understands the law. So he's saying that this could be considered a federal offense, and it's not looking good for Drake, that video. Now, I know the feds have a 10-year statute of limitations on a lot of things, on a lot of different crimes. So I don't know if they can go back this far to do anything to Drake. So he probably won't face any consequences specifically for that. But if this has happened multiple times throughout the years, they can definitely go back. I think it's like 10 years and open a case on anything within the last 10 years.
Now, that's the problem I have with that. When Wack stated the lewd part, like he's saying, like, you know, no sex happened, but there was still some little funneling, like a little, you know, touching, you know, whatever, little groping, humping, rolling, whatever. So what I'm saying is, a street guy, why would you throw that out there? And I'm just saying, because he always screaming on Paru, he a gangster, he real, but you throwing stuff out there to put a crime on a man. Like, I'm just trying to see, is that cool or not? Because these guys be saying they one thing and they do stuff, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Okay, you're giving people the law, that's fine. But when you say, because I will say this, I know with federal, I know the law states that there is no statute of limitation, put like this, for children. When you have sex with a child, there is no statute of limitation, so they can always come back and charge you. It happened to a guy from Alabama. He was doing federal time. 20 years later, they hit him because he had sex with her. I think she was 12 or 13 years old. So I know that much. 17, I don't know. Because actually, I know in New Orleans, the law, Louisiana, my bad, the law at one time when you were 17 years old, they charged you as an adult. Then a few years back, they changed it and put 17 back to juvenile. So, you know, the law changed. That's why you got to be up on point on the law, because they sure to hit you with ignorance. There is no excuse. Ignorance is no excuse of the law when you're in court. So they'll try to hit you with that bull crap. Knowing a lot of us, some of us can't read, some of us don't know no better, don't know about no law, and they'll, well, you come on, man, I don't know. But you know, they do you that. They railroad you. They make the law and break the law. That's number one. But I'm just looking at, you know, I don't know the brother Urban Legend. I don't know him. I just know he just been reporting the news, doing a very good job. But as far as Wack 100 being still a street guy, you know, still repping the gang culture, Paru, is that okay for him to be putting that part out saying, you know, it could be federal, and even though there was no sex, but there's still this charge here that they could be charged with? Like, is that cool? Or was he just showing, like, even though this wouldn't have me out, this is a possibility that he could still get hit with this? So, you know what I'm saying? I could be reading wrong. You know, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but just tell me what y'all think. Tell me y'all thoughts on the situation. You know, drop a comment. Tell me what y'all think about that situation. Y'all know my motto. Let's say no to drugs, stop the violence, put the guns down. Make sure y'all can testify HIV and AIDS, because you need to know your status. We got the nonprofit, they need us. Instagram, they need us. Third War, the movie, them boys at war, the reality show. Surviving without Birdman. Thank y'all.